first thing that I wanted to get in, gentlemen, is the different industries of the world and how they're changing right now, and how we steadily see them changing, and what do we think is going to be next. So I'll pop it off. I'm gonna start off with my industry, the hospitality industry. Man, you got different places like for instance, certain hotels that are underneath the Marriott logo, and obviously I won't say any names, but they have robots that come and deliver. Mike, do you remember when we went to Silicon Valley when Levi was born? We had the robot that was going down the hall. They got
Right.
different robots that bring like toiletries to you. So you check into a hotel, you need deodorant or tampons or whatever the case may be. They got a robot to bring it to you. In my opinion, first they had the whole self checkout, whole self check in, industry fiasco going on. Now they got robots delivering your toiletries to you. In a minute, I think all hotel employees are going to be out the window. Airbnb is steadily on the incline and taken away from hotels. You got Uber taken away from cabs. You got all these different things, but when you to keep it focused on hotels, I think is the end is near for hospitality workers because they can't find anybody to do these jobs right now, and machines are stepping up. You're seeing less valets and more put your ticket in and pay for it. We track your ticket, you put it in, you pay with your credit card, and the gate lift up. So you're having less use for valet lot attendants. Like, what y'all think? Twan, what you think?
Man, evolution is a beautiful thing, man. I think the first time I noticed the end was near, we were coming to a change. Y'all remember we had Blockbuster and all the other rental places. Then Red Box came and wiped all that shit out. You know what I mean? Just wiped everything out. But simple is better, man. They found a way to simplify things. And not only did they find a way to simplify things, these things, you name it, like Airbnbs, Toro, Red Box, is honestly just better service.
Yeah, and on top of that, before too long, you're gonna go in the restaurants and it's gonna be robots cooking the food in front of you too. not too much longer before that happens. I can see it. They're gonna be cooking.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna cook it perfect, however you want it. It's gonna be timed perfectly. It's gonna be out in perfect time. You ain't gotta wait for somebody to recook it. Anything of that nature, they bring it right out to you. Here.
Yeah. I think it's over. Like, think about it. Like, and shout out to Sean Patterson, man, Mr. Shoes, the goat Measy, man. So, slinging them cars out there at Vade Nissan in Savannah, Georgia, man. Shout out to Shoes. But, sadly, look at what Carvana's doing. Look at what, all these other car dealerships are doing. They have a car vending machine. Like I live, I'm downtown, Phoenix. It's a Carvana on every freaking exit, essentially. Like you basically have a car vending machine for 3 straight exits, what I'm saying, along the I-10, which is crazy. And now most of these car dealerships, they're now switching and reverting their focus to go to online shopping. So you get a trade-in value for your car now. You get a live offer for your car. You sign in for cars online and having them delivered. It's all about convenience. It seems like, and I think that leads to a question or a segue to a question about this. Do you think it's hurting the American population of how everything is becoming more and more convenient, or you think it's just times changing? What do you think about that, Craig?
It may be hurting people that's already lazy.
Yeah.
There's gonna be an even more reason to be, stay lazy. You have everything just delivered to you. You ain't got to do nothing. So
go easy.
That's crazy.
I mean, it is what it is. Just like I said, simple is better. You know what I mean? Especially if the service is good. Like, of course, I sympathize with those who are used to, like just the everyday work and just a common 9-to-5 worker. But like times are changing. But I think it's a good thing for the population as far as just being creative and finding different lanes, and like just finding out who we are, and just getting to know you better, and just getting your niche or whatever, and everybody's bossing up, man.
Yeah. Now that I agree with. It's the change in culture in the industry is making everybody want to be their own boss. Nobody's coming to work. Me is, I'm working overnights, I'm working AMs, I'm working PMs, I gotta do what I gotta do. But at the same time, nobody wants to work. It's pretty much, if you breathing, if you got a post, and if you can look and smell and taste and touch, you hire. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it is for for employers these days. And I think that it hurts the industry where you make people more lazy, like what Crack was saying or referring to. It makes people more easy and it hurts the industry, but at the same time, you're losing jobs, but you're replacing them with these these ride share drop off, or these food drop off, these food delivery services, or so on and so forth. There's so many cases, there's so many examples that we can use, and this conversation can go on and go on and go on. But I definitely think that overall, how the industry steady changes is hurting humanity more than it's helping, and that's just my opinion.
Man, listen, you know how the demand right now is so high for people with CDLs and just
Yes,
drivers in general. Man,
but
they
we
got
can't.
trucks
We
they got trucks driving themselves now.
oh yeah, but say we dead anyway. We both, the three of us got our issues, so we can't get no CDLs anyway. But,
Man, they got trucks driving themselves
yeah,
now.
oh, listen, have y'all seen? So I was talking to one of my associates the other day. There was a car that was driving around. It was like all kinds of like antennas and all kinds of like motion sensors and all kind of crazy. I'm like, man, what is that? Is that like a test car? They about to go running into the wall to see if the accident ratio or whatever. But no, it's Walmart's delivery car. So Walmart has cars that deliver orders to you now without drivers.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. That kind of scared me.
So they really ghost riding the whip.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so I'm like, okay, like what's what's the thought process there? Like, do they only go? Do you have to like live in a certain radius from your local, from your neighborhood Walmart to receive this,
Gotta be.
or
Yeah.
you think so?
Yeah. I remember seeing something online with Domino's had like this little vehicle. It wasn't a car, but it would be on the sidewalks, and it would come down, and when it gets to your place, it'll alert you, and they'll have the pizza hot and ready.
I ain't with that, man. No, no, sir.
I was
No,
about to
sir.
say, shit, they might as well have robots doing it, because with COVID going on nowadays, you order a pizza anyway, like you hear a knock at the door and you looking around like, where is he or whatever. Your pizza just on the ground chilling.
Everything on the ground chilling. I did
Everything.
Instacart. I did Instacart a couple of times, man. I know people thought I was just a madman because I wasn't even trying to stick around. I get them bags, one trip only. Nobody trying to take 2 trips with grocery bags. Drop it all, take that picture, and I'm out.
Listen, I will pay somebody if they tell me they seen the UPS or the pizza man. You ain't gonna ever catch them.
UPS, no.
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 I'm talking about they knock on the door, you come out there, your package be on the ground, but you be like, it's no way. You literally just knocked on the door.
Man, it's like you can't vote delivering packages.
Bro, I can't. I don't even think UPS drivers knock on the door anymore. I think they just throw the package, and that's the knock right there. That's all they
Oh, yeah.
need. That's our announcement. You heard that big thump. Come get this package, man. I'm going, bro.
You ever caught them, Smith?
Never. Never, bro.
Yes.
Never catch UPS, man. Them boys be out, man.
Crack, what about you, Crack? I know you into the shoe market and everything. I know you had to catch them at least once.
Not UPS. I haven't caught FedEx. USPS. Not UPS ever.
Not UPS, bubba. Shots out to everybody. We know that to drive for Brown, man. Because obviously we know people that drive for Brown, man. But y'all boys got to do better, man.
Oh, yeah.
At least let somebody see who dropping it off, man. Next thing you know, man, the truck bending the corner on 2 wheels, and you don't know who even dropped your package off, so you don't even know who to follow up with.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about some. They knock on the door, you hear the truck pulling off, and when you go get your package, shit.
Yeah, but Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I was just saying they slung the package up. That's why you couldn't see them.
Oh, they definitely slaying the package up. But guess what? You know, I was in before I left Georgia, man. I know I was ordering a lot of packages as I was getting ready to go, and I noticed that FedEx was starting to do the same thing. And I would always, you know, I always would tell myself, anytime I heard some music blasting, like it was in my yard, I knew that it was a delivery, because this particular FedEx delivery driver, he used to be, you know, I mean, Seaport Finger, he used to be jamming. I mean, he would pull up with the music blasting. And I think that's an influence of UPS or the other, you know, delivery ride shares or whatever, the drop offs and all this other stuff. I think it's an influence that's getting through to everybody, and it's really rubbing off. Everybody's pressed for time now. Everybody's trying to move on to the next house or the next delivery so they can go ahead and get their batch done so they can get up out of there. Anytime you hear, you know, I talk to my nephew all the time, Mike, and you probably can attest to this as well. You talk to nephew. What nephew talk about the most? How many batches he had for his little Amazon delivery thing. You know, every day nephew talk about how many things he had. So I think it's rubbing off on everybody else. What y'all think about that? You know what I'm saying? Could it be any influences maybe from the other, you know, the other delivery, you know, apps that are out there? Are they trying to compete with them, or that's just the UPS staple?
Yeah, I mean, everybody in competition as far as delivery services. You know, everybody want to be at the top. So if you can get it done faster,
Ooh, I love that. I love that. I love that take, Crack. And I think that's a perfect segue into something else that I wanted to talk about. Influences. When we talk about influences, you know, everybody want to be hot. So social media. I think this is a topic that everybody can talk on and speak on for days and months and years at a time, because everybody's different. You know, it's different when it comes to social media. Some people use it for, you know, for marketing purposes. Some people use it for, you know, to stay in touch with family. Some people use it to, you know, really just show off, you know, whatever the good in their life at that time is. And some people use it for, you know, personal reasons as well. I mean, I think different strokes for different folks when it comes to social media. Whatever it works for you, I'm sorry, whatever works best for you when it comes to social media, I applaud that. But I definitely think that social media has an influence on the kids, adults, our parents. Social media has an influence on every single person in America, in the world. And no matter how you try to dice it, it all goes back to what you see on what you have been seeing, different trends on social media. Which, you know, let's jump into that, man. I want to spend some time on this topic because I think that there's a lot of different perceptions or a lot of different opinions about what social media is, and is it a good tool? Is it a bad tool? A beneficial tool? Let's talk about that. Black Jesus, man, what's your take on it?
Man, just like I show different strokes for different folks, but I feel like it all depends on the person and the way they utilize it, because some people use it for business purposes to get themselves out there professionally, you know, and what they do to, you know, just let people know, hey, come shop. Some people, you know, like post what they love or personal interests, which is fine. Like, you know, that's all good. Like some people use it to post family life or whatever it is they may have a thing for. I just think the problem comes in when you start using social media to portray something that you aren't. Like it's a difference. Like, of course, me and Crack, like we in the shoes and shit like that. It's a difference, and you know, we've had a love for shoes forever. You know that, Smith, or whatever.
Oh,
So
sure.
you know, like it's not to like show like people like just to show off and like, oh hey, like, you know, I'm balling out of control. But there's some assholes out there who actually use it to try to make it seem like they have something, or or maybe they do have it or whatever, and they're flashing. So it just all depends on the person or whatever. But I do think that it has negative effect. It definitely has negative effects on people, man.
yeah. For me, I stopped posting so much a couple years ago, but I'm on every day. And what I mean by that is I've started like unfollowing pages that don't really do me any good, you know, something like I don't need to look at this every day. Because when I wake up, I look at Instagram. So I started following pages talking about stocks or NFTs, or of course I still got the shoe pages that I'll look at, but it's more so you are what you eat. You know, if I'm gonna get up and wake up every morning and look at Instagram, at least let it be productive or have my mind and, you know, a different avenue as soon as I wake up versus seeing booty shaking, you know, all that stuff. So it just depends on the person and what your use for it is, what you're getting out of it.
I can't lie. I fall a victim to that. Like, I'm not so big into the stock market, but my Instagram page is shoes, NFTs, and other than shoes and NFTs, it looks like Pornhub. It does.
You know, but hey, different strokes for different folks. Like I'm telling you, man, you know, it's all, in my opinion, you know, again, different strokes for different folks. But social media is not supposed to share lows. You know, this is something that, you know, a conversation that I was having like 2 weeks ago. You know, somebody said, you know, an associate of mine, you know, posted a picture, and somebody asked them like, all right, you can't be this happy all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like why you always posting shit when you happy? Motherfucker, ain't I'm supposed to? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell want to? I mean, sorry, Black Jesus. I think you and I talked about this about one time about there's a certain individual that we knew that posted a video crying on social media. Like, bruh, stop. Like, you tripping. If you got to sit there and cry and hold a camera to your face for the world to see you crying, to see your hurt, you ain't that hurt to me, bro.
You ain't that hurt. You might well start a GoFundMe, man.
Yeah, you're not that hurt. You are looking for the sympathy, or you're looking for clout, in my opinion. But again, different strokes for different folks. Everybody uses social media for different things. But I don't know one person that uses social media to down themselves or to talk down on themselves unless they got some depression issues. But so when I hear people say, "Oh man, you only post the happy stuff," motherfucker, that's exactly what social media is. It's supposed to show the highs of what you want, of what you think your life is, or what you want people to assume your life is. So I don't read into it no more, man. I used to be that person. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were finished, man. Go ahead.
Go.
Man, like, and you absolutely correct, man. Like, just like Crack was stating earlier, you are what you eat, man. Don't nobody want to see or hear that kind of negativity. If you want to get on social media or Instagram, well, you want to get on Instagram, like, oh God, my light bill of my car, no, dude, I don't know how I'm gonna pay it because I'm out of work. Jesus, please fix it, man. Go to Facebook with that, man. Nobody want to hear that.
Who the hell are you to say that, though? Maybe they have a bigger following on that platform in which they think they'll get handouts, and maybe that is their, you know, their motive or their purpose for uploading that to whatever platform they do.
Like, is there a difference between looking for handouts and sympathy, just like you just stated?
Is there a difference?
Yeah. It doesn't all fall under the same bracket.
I think it falls all in the same branch, but you know, getting somebody to give your kids some hand-me-downs, or somebody to give you cold hard cash, two different things as well, though. While those hand-me-downs may save you a trip to the Goodwill, or save you a trip to the local Ross or TJ Maxx to spend your hard-earned money on it, you know, it's still a form of giving. You're still saving in some you know, some aspect. But at the same time, you know, I try not to judge, because you never know where people are coming from when they post.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but I'm pretty old school. Like, I don't believe in turning to social media first. Like, if I turn to anybody, man, it's gonna be God or my mom or whatever. Like, you know, I like, you know, and just like you said, different strokes for different folks or whatever, but I never resort to Facebook or Instagram before I resort to God. That's just me, though.
But see, you got people out there, and Mike, I'm sorry, Crack, I'm gonna come back to you, but I wanted to address what a point that Twan just made. But you got people who don't have their moms. You got people who, you know, maybe their relationship is ruined with their parents, or their parents are no longer here. maybe they feel like they're by themselves, and certain social media platforms may be their outlet to the world. So I don't judge. It's kind of like a it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, I don't judge from what I see on social media because I don't know what those people are going through. But at the same time, I'm the same person that balls up my fist and get the office fist. You know what I'm saying? When I see people use social media for a different type of platform, like when I see people put people down purposely using their platform on social media, that's not cool. You know that. But again, different strokes for different folks. So I'll just unfollow you versus having to, you know what I'm saying, to see that every day. But it's not going to make me like you or dislike you more so or more or less because I just don't see you now. You know, and both of you gentlemen have said it. It's all depending on who you are. Me personally, you know, before I got serious about life and started having all these goddamn kids, and you know, I was following the Instagram models. I wanted to see which one I can get. I was following those individuals. I was following sports, and I was following probably like cooking networks. I didn't follow stocks or entrepreneur things, or, you know, things to make money. You know, my followings was pretty much predicated on what I wanted out of life. And that was a good laugh to know about my beloved sports and to chase whatever new Instagram model. But that isn't the case anymore. So now I'm unfollowing all those pages and starting to follow more entrepreneurial generated posts, or, you know, family related posts, or, you know, thinking outside the box and things of that nature. But again, it's totally up to who you are. So So do y'all think Robert Woods' injury, does it help the situation with the Rams or does it hurt the situation with the Rams? Craig, what's your opinion on that?
I think we've seen it hurt a little bit.
I knew you were gonna go. I knew you were gonna go there. I knew you were gonna go there.
You threw him an alley oop.
Yeah, I did because I wanted him to jump into it first purposely because I know he about to go to it, but I want to catch him in it. So go ahead.
I mean, of course, Odell doesn't know the playbook, you know, well yet. So I understood why he didn't take many offensive snaps. But having a person like Robert Woods as the number one receiver on the left side, who is a big receiver too, allows Cooper Kupp to use the slot and be very effective. Odell coming in is going to be a great number one receiver, but as far as that big body you need,
Odell gonna be a number one.
Yeah.
You think Odell gonna be a number one over Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp is in the slot.
You think? Time out. I can pull up any fantasy football app on my phone right now. I can pull up any NFL Network app on my phone right now. Cooper Kupp is the number one rated wide receiver in the National Football League at this very moment. And you think? And I don't. I'm talking about yards. I'm talking about touchdowns. I'm talking about yards after the catch. I'm talking about everything. He's number one in everything.
Number one and number two receivers. Every team has a number one receiver who's specifically out to the left mostly, a number two receiver who's out to the right, and a number three receiver who is the slot guy. Cooper Kupp, slot guy, just like Tyler Lockett is slot. So Tyler Lockett isn't the number one receiver. DK is, because he's like on the depth chart. Number 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. And you think that Odell Beckham is going to be number one ahead of Cooper Kupp?
I mean, Cooper Kupp is he going to be anywhere other than the slot?
You can move Cooper Kupp anywhere. And that's what makes him special. You can send him deep. He's a punt returner. He does it all. Like just like Odell. Or you know what I'm saying? I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm trying to see what you're really trying to say here right now. Do you think that in that system, in Sean McVay's system, that Odell Beckham is going to be a better producer than Cooper Kupp?
No, that's not what I was saying though.
Okay.
I'm just saying on a depth chart. Robert Woods was the number one receiver. You know that. On the depth chart.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He's replacing Robert Woods as far as he's going to be the number one guy. And Cooper Kupp is going to be the number two receiver probably. But he's mostly, all of his snaps come from the slot. That's what made him so effective. He doesn't go out wide too often. He might here and there, but Robert Woods was that number one guy who can go deep, open it up for Cooper Kupp underneath. And you got Higbee, who's a pretty good tight end. So
Who can I ask you a question? And black man, give me 1 second. Let me focus on him real quick.
Oh no, I'm enjoying this.
Who's your football team? Correct?
49ers.
Oh, San Francisco. So the team that just beat the holy shit out of the Rams last night is your team. You're talking about Cooper Kupp. You're talking about Robert Woods. You're talking about Odell Beckham. Now you're talking about Tyler Higbee. I haven't seen you or heard you say anything about the San Francisco 49ers once since we started this debate. And my question was, is the Robert Woods injury bigger or less significant, as of what we saw from last night? I was expecting you to say it doesn't really fucking matter because Odell's replacing him and the San Francisco 49ers put a beating on them. Because Jimmy Ward came back last night. He missed the last 3 games? How many games did he miss?
The last 3.
And he came back and had 2 interceptions with a pick 6 last night. And you ain't said nothing about your team having no kind of effect on that game last night.
Because
in my opinion. Go ahead.
I watched the full game and I seen countless drops. Receivers dropping the ball, and that's where the pick 6 came from.
That's not what I saw. I saw soft and I saw hard. It's 2 totally different entities. The Rams were soft. The 49ers were hard. They played smash mouth football and they bullied them. Deebo Samuel bullied every single corner or every single cover guy that was placed in front of him. He bullied them. That's how he got all those yards after the catch. That's how he got all that separation, because he played at the line of scrimmage. He played bully ball. San Francisco played bully ball yesterday, and they beat the Rams. They just beat them. It had nothing to do with Odell not knowing the playbook. It was more, last night was more so about the 49ers saying, hey, we're still here. We're still the team that represented the NFC in the Super Bowl 2 Super Bowls ago. I personally believe that game last night was more so about your 49ers than the Rams.
They also allowed us to run the ball over 40 times. And anytime you let a team run the ball that good and that many times, they're going to take away the clock. And if the defense is clicking like it was, then there's hell.
You got Aaron Donald, you got Von Miller, you got Jalen Ramsey, and you got Michael Brockers on the same defensive line. And you are give me one. You were 49er fan. Give me one play off your offensive line.
Brunskin.
Okay, I'll give you one. Justin fucking Pugh. Justin Pugh, who the New York Giants, my New York Giants, by the way, shout out New York Giants. We dropped him by the wayside. Y'all had him pushing around Aaron Donald, Brockers, Von Miller, and Jalen Ramsey. That game last night was more so about San Francisco making a statement that they are not lost. Jimmy G, your boy Trey Lance, you was jumping up and down in the bowling alley. I remember it when they drafted him. Jimmy G said, hold on, motherfucker. I'm still here. I still can play football. That game last night, and I hear all these everybody talking about the Rams collapse and all of this. That game was more so about the 49ers last night. Everybody in the NFL should be put on notice that it don't matter what injuries the 49ers go through, they still got a hell of a coach in Kyle Shanahan, and they still can make some noise because of the way that they can play football and their coaching abilities, in my opinion.
It's a hit or miss, though, because we usually go with the same offensive scheme no matter if we're down or up. Luckily, we were up big early, so it was easy to keep running the ball. If we're down 14, Jimmy has to throw the ball mostly. I don't know if that's going to be, that doesn't fit in with Kyle Shanahan's scheme. He likes to run the ball first half, maybe even the third quarter, and try to win the game that way. When you force Jimmy to throw the ball, then that's when we come into problems.
Yeah, and they were able to run the ball because they established a bully mentality last night, and that's where it came from, and that's I think that's big in a lot of sports, man. A lot of people look at the Warriors, and everybody they see Steph, he just light skinned baby face, and Steph ain't the most physical, but he got some dogs behind him. He got even more. I know Draymond Green is probably the happiest person in the NBA right now because he's got dogs now. He got Gary Payton II, Jordan Poole. He definitely wants foolishness. You could just look at his body language and just tell he all about it. You know, this rookie Kuminga, I can tell he's gonna get down and dirty. The Warriors' identity is going back to what they did in 2015, and I think this is a scary, scary, scary Warriors team, and not because I'm a Warriors fan. This is a scary team because they're deep. They can score with the best of them. They can defend with the best of them, and they have an identity. They play both sides of the court, and I don't think nobody want to see them. So Black Jesus, we kind of put you by the wayside right there because I wanted to point out Mr. 49ers. Just I wanted to highlight Mr. 49ers right there. But what you think about what's going on in the NBA, man? Do you think this is the Warriors back like they never left, or you think there's some fluke stuff that will eventually catch up with them?
Nah, man, not really. Only thing I disagree with, like, the rest of them boys dogs too, and I like what Gary Payton the second doing, but Steph a dog, Bubba. He cold blooded.
He got on the offensive side, but everybody know on the defensive side, all you got to do is nudge him in the ass a little bit, and he good. He'll be out your way.
Oh yeah, but nah, them boys back, man. They looking pretty impressive. What their record is, like, they only lost 1 or 2 games. How many they lost? Yeah.
2. 10-2.
Them boys looking good, man.
I think they're like 11-1.
No, 10-2. Charlotte beat them. Charlotte beat them. What was it 2 nights ago? Last night, 2 nights ago, something like that.
Yeah. You think they can make it to the finals once Clay and Wiseman come back?
Definitely, man. Like I said, it's pretty. It's
gonna beat them?
And I don't think it's no answer for them right now.
It's no answer.
Boys, them your boys too, ain't it, crack?
How?
Yeah.
I'm a Mavericks.
Well, yeah.
That's all you can say. That's all you can say. Like I just don't understand how nobody can if they got the league's top rated defense and they got this light skinned brother who there's no game planning against because he can literally take a step past half court and just pull up. How can you can defend that, but then they have another light skinned brother who's sitting on the bench right now who can do the same. Who scored? How many points did he score for 14 dribbles? He had like 50 points, 60 points off of 14 dribbles. So you got this guy and that guy on the same team, which has the top #1 rated defense, and they got like 9 to 10 players deep that they can put into their rotation. Man, please.
Jordan Poole has been surprising.
Trade him.
I like him.
I love him, but I like Ben Simmons better. I like Ben Simmons better for one reason and one reason only. James Wiseman, when it comes to under 5 minutes in the fourth quarter in the playoff game, I don't want him in my game. I do not want him in my game. Although he is, in my opinion, Chris Bosh 2.0, but he's still a rookie. He did not play much of last year, and he hasn't been in it this year. I don't think he has a total of 50 games under his belt. Therefore, I think he'd be better suited on the bench when it gets to crunch time. Would I prefer to have Draymond at the 5, Otto Porter at the 4, or whatever the case may be, or switch that up, however they're going to do it? Absolutely not. As a Warrior fan, no, I don't want that either. But would I like to see Ben Simmons at the 5, Draymond at the 4, Iggy 3, Clay 2, Steph 1, or put Iggy out of that equation and put Andrew Wiggins? I will take it. Ben Simmons would be a significant upgrade.
Man, that's what I want to know. I've been meaning to ask y'all boys, y'all output on that, like Ben Simmons. Y'all feel him or y'all don't? It's like
I don't feel him. Don't feel him. It's unprofessional. Sign the contract.
I mean, he did choke, you know what I mean? But like, you don't think the city like treated him too bad, like, after that loss?
No.
Like, you don't think turned their back on him first?
No. Doc Rivers was wrong. Doc Rivers started all of this. If anybody should be, I hate to, talk, I don't want to talk about, misfortune, but Doc Rivers should have lost his fucking job. There's no way you can call out your franchise, who's supposed to be the franchise player, and you a first-year coach, and you come on the air in an interview and throw your best player, your #1 pick, the face of your franchise other than Embiid. You throw him under. Embiid was a number 3 pick. Let's not forget that. Ben Simmons was a number 1. This is Embiid is better, and you know he fits the culture and the process and all of this other stuff. But you threw the man under the bus. Dark Rivers started that whirlwind to guide us to where we are here now, in my opinion.
So,
but I don't think
his actions are justified.
Yes, you're a professional, bro. Get a jump shot. That's it. Take a jumper, man. There's videos of you out here
in the off season.
Huh?
Good in the off season, but then when he get into a real game, it's like he forget everything.
But you're a professional, and that's what I'm saying. You're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to play this game. Get out of your feelings.
That man be hooping in the off season. I'm talking about shooting threes, hitting. Then he get in the game, and
that's like me, you know. Like, you know, I'm somebody from Savannah, Georgia, from the east side of Savannah, Georgia. You know, I was blessed to be in a corporate world and corporate America or whatnot. But if I go into a meeting or if I go into a situation in corporate America and I put my personal feelings, you know, and I start acting out or say I ain't coming to work or I ain't doing this or I ain't doing that or I start rebelling, I think both of y'all saw what that has happened in my professional career. And how did that work out for me? I've lost relationships. I've lost individuals who depended on me. You don't do that. That's not professional. Your job is to come in here and do X, Y, Z. If you're not doing X, Y, Z, you can get the hell on. And I think that's why they're starting to find him now. And it's not a good look for him.
You're a wild boy. 360,000 for one fucking game.
For every game.
Wild. He's a wild
every game.
boy. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's
every
a
game.
Wild boy.
Yeah, it's not professional.
All right, this one about that.
Yep. I'll send the next one.